Welcome to the Wayfaring Panda. I'm Annette. Today I'm making 2 cards to give to my mom and sister from our dog for Valentine's Day. This is for Team Tiny's Love Hop. And you can see the other videos by clicking the hashtag below or typing in hashtag Team Tiny Love Hop. I'm using a pre-made card base from Paper Studio, which is from Hobby Lobby. However, this is their Kraft color, and I don't recommend it because it's pretty thin. I've gotten their white ones before, and they were fine. I stamped the sentiment from Mama Elephant's Playful Pups that says, "Wishing you peace, love, and wags." I did mean to do the one that says, "I've got a spot in my heart for you," but I'm going with what I stamped. I also stamped some hearts from Lawn Fawn and some paws. I stamped the hearts and the sentiment with ruby red from Stamping Up, and I'm using Close to Cocoa for my paws. Now I'm doing some ink blending on some hearts that I cut out with Lawn Fawn heart die cuts, and I'm using Festive Berries Distress ink. I'll list all the items that I used below. Some of those will be affiliate links, and it doesn't cost you any extra to use those, but I do get a commission if it generates any sales. So if you use those affiliate links, it does help support my site. And I do appreciate that when you use them. The stamp pads I'm using are from Stamping Up, so they're pretty old. They're probably from the early 2000s, so I don't even know if they have those colors anymore, but you can use whatever brand that you have. I like using red because I think, of course, it looks like Valentine's, and I think Kraft and red goes really well together. And the brown goes with the ribbon that I'm going to be using later, and also ties into the Kraft color of the cardstock. I'm using the sentiment, "I woof you," which is from Stampendous Dog Sayings. And I'm using Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink to stamp inside the smallest heart. And then I'll be stamping a dog inside the larger heart. I decided to use black because our dog is black and white. I'm going to color it with Copic Markers, so I need to use a Copic-friendly ink. The stamp I'm using comes from Mama Elephant's Playful Pups, and I picked the one that looks like a schnauzer because that's what we have, although she's white with black spots. I decided to use brown for the other card because I think brown will go better with the Kraft and with my brown ribbon. You'll have to let me know what you think. So this one I'm not going to color like my dog. So for the dog I'm using Lawn Fawn Crunchy Leaf ink, which is alcohol marker friendly, and I'm using my Close to Cocoa for the same. I'm using Copic Markers to color the dogs, but I'm not going to leave that in the video because I didn't do a very good job. I need a lot more practice with using more than one color on an animal. Now for the unique part of my card. I got this tool out that I bought a long time ago, and I haven't used it for a while, and it's not being made anymore, I don't think. So it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and it's their Sew Ribbon collection, and this is called their Weave Tool. So what it is it's kind of like a clipboard. It has 2 plastic pieces that are magnetic, and you put your paper between that, and you'll see that they have these curved holes, and you get a little tool that punches through. So it's kind of like a paper punch. And so you can make your holes where you want. And you could kind of line them up to do extra if you had a larger piece of paper, because some people use these in their scrapbooking. And you just push it through. The only thing you want to make sure is that you only do like the parentheses, because I did one earlier and did an extra one, and then I had an extra hole there that didn't look too good. But this really makes it a lot easier. I did see some companies have these as a paper punch, so you might be able to do that, or you could just do a slit with a X-Acto knife. You might be able to find some of these tools on Amazon or perhaps eBay. I think I paid about $14 or $15 for it. That's what it is. I did see one that was atrociously priced, like $50. I'm like, that's just crazy. Don't pay that. Another thought I had, and I don't have a cutting machine, but perhaps with a scan and cut, which is what I'm thinking of getting, or a Cricut machine, if you designed a card that you could probably have it cut the slits so that you could do this. And maybe those of you that do have a cutting machine that do design work with it, maybe you can let us know, is this something that you could have it cut your card base where you could go ahead and sew on it. The ribbon I have is just some I had on hand, although I think I bought it to go with this ribbon cutter. Anyway, it's 3/8 of an inch, or you can use a 1/4 inch wide ribbon for this, but depends how you're cutting your papers, what size you'd want. But with this, we are memory keepers, that's the size it takes. And I just go weave it in and out. On my second card, it went a little faster. Of course, with the magic of editing, it's going to go a lot faster because you don't want to watch me do this for several minutes. I secured the ends of the ribbon with some Nouveau Deluxe glue. And of course, I'll be putting adhesive on the back of the card when I attach it to my card base. And that'll hold it on too. Originally, I was going to run this card base through my die cut machine with an embossing folder because I had one with paw prints, but it turns out it was actually animal tracks. So I had deer tracks and duck tracks as well as, or at least I think they were duck tracks, along with paw prints. So I didn't think that'd work too well for a dog card. So we're going with Plan B because I'm all into using what I have. So we're using the paw prints from the 2 stamp collections that I used earlier. And I decided it'd be easier to stamp just one size paw at a time to get a better look. So I switched that. And I'm using my Close to Cocoa for the paw prints. One trick to do whenever you're using stamps to make kind of a pattern paper look is to move your stamp so it's going different directions and to go off the page. That makes it look more random. I'm using some heart stamps from my Lawn Fawn Sprinkled with Joy stamp set, and I'm using the ruby red ink for that. And you can just look through your stamp sets. I had several that had hearts, so whatever heart you have is great. I think a lot of stamp sets have hearts. I lost the little paw print after I made this card, so I didn't have the little paw print on the panel on the second card. So I don't know what happened to it. Hopefully it shows up later because all of my dog stamps, I have several sets, all have the larger paw print, but I only had one small print. Then I just used my Nouveau Deluxe glue to glue on the hearts onto the front of the panel. At the end of this video, please check out the other videos from Team Tiny. Team Tiny is a group on Facebook, and we're all paper crafters. And we all have YouTube channels with less than 1,000 subscribers. So please support everyone by liking, subscribing, and leaving comments on their videos. You'll get lots of inspiration, and there's lots of talented people on this hop. Even if you don't have time to make a card for Valentine's Day, hopefully this will give you some ideas to make some love cards, because we all need a lot of love right now with all what's going on in the world, especially with COVID and all the political unrest. So spread a little joy and love to everyone. Finally, I used my Scotch ATG gun to attach double-sided adhesive to the back of my panel to put on the front of my card base. And you could use any type of double-sided adhesive, or you can use your liquid glue for this. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, if you like the video, please give it a like and also leave some comments. This helps me to move up in the YouTube algorithm so that more people can find my channel. I only showed putting the dog card together with the black one because I did the same. At the end of the video, I have a picture of both the card with the black dog and the card with the brown dog. Let me know which way you think it looks best.